Welcome to Hangman Tarot. We're going to get started here in just a second, but first hit subscribe to Hangman Tarot. You don't want to miss out on anything, so make sure you click that bell also. We are going to get started with our celebrity tarot card reading with SHIA LABEOUF. Is it LaBeouf or is it LaBeouf? I don't know. I don't know either. What are we going to do with that? Okay, so this is a whole thing. This is going to be like a whole package. Okay, this was definitely some sort of a request. A few people requested SHIA due to some of the things that he's been going through. I know there's been abuse allegations. He's been in courts. He openly admits to the situation. He openly admits to getting help for the situation and openly admits to dealing with this in the past as well. So this is something that he has dealt with also in the past, something that he's had to deal with for a long time. So he is coming into a different part of his life, though it's looking like from the interviews and just kind of, you know, reading and picking up on some things. I'm going to get just kind of a current energy of SHIA's, but while I get into SHIA LABEOUF's, whatever, let me get into this reading. I'm going to shuffle here while I go over his stuff. He is a Gemini, Leo, Moon sign, Aquarius. He is a rising. And then he is also a birth path 5. June 11th, 1986 is when he was born at 12:14 a.m. in the morning. He is an actor and a filmmaker, and he was on the Disney Channel. This man was on Transformers. He was in a SHIA video. He's been on a lot of things, but I can't name it at the top of my head right exactly, but I do know that we all pretty much know who this guy is because of the Transformers. So I just feel like I definitely do not need to go over this. Okay, so we are going to get into this reading. Let me get into a current energy for SHIA. Reflection is in his current energy, which that would clearly make sense, and transformation. So those are the two things that I was kind of concerned if he was actually doing or if he was just stating that he was doing this. So I'm super excited that this is actually happening. So this is in a current energy. I do feel like with the transformation, there's definitely some sort of a change, and this has to do with loss. It has to do with conflict, trauma like a motherfucker. There's a huge transformation happening currently in his energy, though, because of those things. There is also reflection, so just being, you know, very wary of who you are, being very wary of being able to sit in, you know, front of a mirror and to, you know, talk to yourself and understand yourself and to see yourself and to see inside the mirror, to see inside all of this reflection. Just really get into a new beginning, hopefully, with this reflection in his current energy, as well as the transformation energy that is kind of swirling around him, which those are really beautiful things to see in his energy. I'm stoked. I'm stoked like a fire. Okay, I'm so happy about this. I'm so happy. I'm so happy this guy's getting help and this is not fake. I really, like, I can't lie about it. I do feel a ton of trauma. There's layers after layers after layers of trauma on this guy. So he is a wound that is open. Okay, let's get into this reading. I want to find out a couple things about SHIA LABEOUF. So I'm just going to pick from these cards here, just kind of getting into who this celebrity is. All right, here we go. Okay, so Justice was in reverse as well as Magician. So as of right now, he is definitely, he's usually very prepared. He's usually pretty empowered, especially when he's in a place of being prepped, okay? As far as his work, intuition, communication, those things are a little bit laggy. Again, because he's probably in the midst of a transformation. Sometimes when we are going through things that really change who the fuck we are, I mean, we're a hot mess. We're, you know, complete opposite of Magician energy. So I think he'll get into that forever type of energy. He'll get into that experience once again, because he's a very experienced individual. I feel like he's an old soul too. I don't think it's going to be long before this man is completely replenished. Hopefully. And does that wash away the sins of our father? Obviously not. Does that wash away the sins of our past? No, the fuck it don't. But it's a start. I do feel like there is some sort of a karmic justice happening. So there's some sort of legalities that he's having to deal with. And again, this is probably bringing back the balance of, you know, the what's right and what's wrong, and the fairness between him and whomever he's going to court with, or who he's dealing with as far as any kind of court situation. I do feel like this is going to be accomplished. It's going to be an experience of learning, and it's karmic, and he's going to have to go through it in order to really get past or get away from himself in terms of the ego. So I do feel like this is it's a heavy energy that he's in right now. Okay, let's get into this reading. I just feel like it's going to be a heavy one. I feel like it is. I do. Okay. I do. I feel like this person has been through a fucking ton. Yeah, you can feel it. And I can feel it when I'm looking in his eyeballs. His eyeballs are so trauma central. They're beautiful, but they are sad. Sad. He's like a little boy. Little SHIA. Okay. I was concerned. I was like, I hope to God that this guy is really changing. That would be really rad. And he's really just like owning everything. And a lot of people who are abusive do not do that. So it is nice. It's refreshing to see somebody acknowledge and, you know, be like, I didn't realize I was such a fuck up type jam. Okay, so we do have our Seven of Wands. We also have our Knight of Pentacles, but those are both in reverse. So I think he's just a little low in energy again, because he is going through that transformation. He's going into the court stuff, the karmic stuff, the lessons of life. Just a lot of resistance when it comes to kind of reflecting on, you know, any kind of dangerous things that he may have done, any paths that he took that had no meaning. They were just reckless. He's a very impulsive individual. So kind of looking back on this, this was a huge obstacle within his past. This impulsion, it became dangerous really. Whenever he was looking or assessing his past, he could see clearly I was fucking up. Clearly I was doing something wrong, and clearly I was dangerous. Okay, so this was a physically temperamental, abusive individual, and he can assess that by just looking back onto his past and being like, yeah, I was crazy. I was a mess. With this Knight of Pentacles in reverse, I definitely feel like anything kind of surrounding the reason he was a mess, I feel like that definitely has to do with kind of being possessive, even like neglecting, you know, whatever it was that was going on around him. He was still neglectful. And in a sense, it just brought in so many different things. So many different things. His focus was money. His focus has, you know, always been kind of a money situation, bringing some misery, bringing some discomfort. So there was a greed, possessiveness, jealousy. And when he was maneuvering through life or through these abusive situations, his focus was not of the person. His focus was definitely not to be reliable. I feel like anything to really kind of take accountability here was the fact that he had low self-esteem, no spine. He had a very insecure heart. I mean, this person has been destroyed over and over again. I feel like no matter what, he is just kind of has always been over the situation. He's always over it, even physically. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What's the likely outcome? Okay, so whatever abusive, dangerous situation this may have been, and in which he was really neglectful, he was really unreliable and physically and verbally dangerous, this really brought an ending to the beginning of a new love relationship. So whatever connection he had and whatever balance or potential he had in this new start with this person, it definitely ended. It came to a huge ending, and it was very intense. It was a very intense ending, whatever that might be. And there was a codependency that really filled the energy around the two of them. They were both pretty codependent. I do feel like he definitely withdrew afterwards. So withdrawing from the situation, kind of getting stuck in that solitude, he did. He got stuck in it. He found light because he's out of it now. But there was a moment in which nothing else existed. Nothing else mattered. He fell into a very dark fucking hole. Let's get into the most present experience obstacle that he's dealing with at the moment. he's wanting to be alone. That really creates stability within the mind for him, but the mind is cloudy, the mind is foggy. There's a lot of energy that kind of has a lot to do with almost like feeling not okay. I feel like mentally he's in a place of resistance. He's wanting to just kind of, again, withdraw and isolate, but he can't really. Because with this Nine of Cups, it's just indicating that he's almost to a specific place fulfillment-wise. And this could have anything to do with, as far as his emotional state or his feelings, he's almost in a place where he could really rectify things. So he's not going to want to like nestle in and hide from people. He's not going to want to do that. He's done that. He's been there. But this has a lot to do with why he can't. So he's in a place where he's like, my stability, my sanity, where I manifest is alone. But for some reason, he's not allowed, there's a resistant energy that's keeping him from really cutting himself off so that he can, like gain access to some sort of stability in his mind. So the mind might even be not as sharp as usual, but I feel like this will bring clarity eventually. But the resistance of wanting to be alone and it not happening is bringing a lot of fog in the mind. I don't know what that might mean, but I feel like no matter what, as long as he's disciplined and accomplishes what he needs to accomplish emotionally within, the states within himself, he's going to be just fine. As long as he's receptive to, finally getting into some sort of a completion, especially within the heart and the soul and the feelings and the relationships that we have, that's where he needs to be. What is the likely outcome of this most present moment? Okay, so as of right now, I just feel like a likely outcome is, again, just kind of over the situation, just kind of over all of this, okay? And presently, I think he's, again, in that transformation, just really wanting to cut off from people, but he has to find some sort of, fulfillment within his emotional state and gain clarity. And a likely outcome is just really wanting to go back to those addictions, really fighting that situation, because he does have a lot of low self-esteem. He has a lot of insecurity. He's not the most practical, especially with the money management. He's not the most reliable, I guess. I just feel like this really brings a lot of discomfort, whatever is going on with him. And anything to do with his home life, this could bring discomfort to the home life. This could bring a discomfort into the physical body. But I definitely feel like he wants to like grab hands with his addictions. He wants to grab hands with, his old ways, the things that block him emotionally. He's like, here, give me something, like that's definitely a likely outcome of him really wanting to do that. But I feel like he's going to resist it. Let's get into what's upcoming here for SHIA LABEOUF. Okay, so we have our Two of Wands, that's in reverse, King of Swords upright, Four of Wands upright. So I don't think he's going to experience anything right now as far as like building onto anything, especially when it comes to work or anything with adventure. I do feel like the experience of it would be really nice, but I think there's lack of right now. So there's no work, no like new potential opportunities right at the moment. The accomplishment or the experience of this, I definitely feel like the action will come back around, but right now that's not there. He's just in a place where he's really having to be in communication back and forth, some sort of messages or, talking, meeting up with somebody in specific, really trying to clear things up, especially if there was a conflict. The messages in that situation will be super important. So anything upcoming, a likely outcome would be just, coming back into that stability once again, coming back into manifesting and really thinking about the things you want to do for work, or, really thinking about the things that you love and you find growth in when you build onto them. So I feel like his path will grow meaning as soon as he's done and clears this whole cycle up. So this transformation will come to a completion as soon as he gets into a place where he's, not as uncomfortable, but he's getting into more of a, it's almost like more comfortable with his new mind or his new, thinking, because these mental habits that he used to have, they're still there, obviously. So he will fight with that for the rest of his life, but he's creating other things. So that's the grooves for that. It takes some time. Let's get our last couple cards for SHIA. Transformation, Tower card, yeah. Okay. So the last couple cards are just indicating that there is a lot of deep wisdom going on right now, a lot of tapping into deep intuition, a lot of tapping into strength and courage. He is accessing all of that stuff. And I feel like he is definitely really trying to connect and find some sort of a balance between, you know, this crazy, you know, animal side of his, the side that has PTSD, this clown, almost like I have to show everyone, you know, that I'm, you know, an actor, I'm a clown, I'm happy. So he is definitely battling with finding some sort of harmony within that, and he's very graceful, so we don't see him fuck up publicly much. I mean, even when he does, it's still, there's something very graceful about it, okay? And that comes with, you know, experience, and, you know, an old wise soul would always be graceful. I do feel like no matter what, it's like no matter how strong he is, the things that are kind of influencing the fact that he has to dig deep for these things is because, again, he is seeking something. He is seeking something. He has action, and he's always kind of like determined to really push for that. But as of right now, he feels like there's no direction, especially when it comes to anything, you know, changing or growing within his relationship that he may have. And again, this is all ending on this Tower card. This Tower card is beautiful. Look at this beautiful Tower card. Girl, look at it. That's why I love tarot. I fell in love with the artwork. That looks amazing, huh? Let me have a minute with it. Holy balls. Those look like balls, too. Those kind of look like balls, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe the squirrel's nuts fell off. He feels like his nuts fell off. That's how a transformation's gonna feel sometimes, people. Your nuts fall off and you turn into a butterfly and you fly away and you're the best of the best. You're the most divine butterfly in the world. Until you get hit by the lightning on the way out. I'm kidding. This Tower moment is just kind of the ending, the completion to this reading that we really needed. I feel like this is just kind of sealing the deal. This is exactly where he is, and this is exactly where he needs to fucking be. I'm so happy for him. Enjoy your fucking Tower moment. It fucking sucks, but you are going to be so much better for it, Shia. Good luck. I am going to say good luck to you, sir. Good luck to you and your loved ones. Okay. All right, I gotta get out of here. Please go hit subscribe to Hangman Tarot if you would. Like this video, and if you would like to request a celebrity, leave it in the comments, or you can check out my social media in the details below, and you can message me there, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. And if you need anything from me, just get at me in my social media. I will contact you as soon as I can. Other than that, share, like, follow. Go ahead and hit subscribe to Hangman Tarot. And before you enjoy the rest of your beautiful Monday, I want you to go ahead and click the bell so you don't miss any of your notifications. All right, I'm going to get out of here. Please enjoy the rest of this beautiful, beautiful day, you guys.